Hello guys, David Hader right here, and today we are continuing my horror film review spree. Now, this is a classic, okay? This is arguably John Carpenter's most popular movie besides maybe Halloween, The Thing, from 1982. Now, let's go ahead and get into the plot of this movie. Now, without giving anything away, it stars Kurt Russell, Keith David, Walter Brimley, and, some other people. And basically, they are at this research base in Antarctica, right? Yeah, Antarctica. I can't remember places. I'm sorry. But anyway, they're in Antarctica, and they're in this really isolated research base, and they begin to be stalked and attacked and brutally murdered by an alien that can take the form of anything, any one of their crew. So they begin to suspect, like they're is an intense game of paranoia that begins, and they just do not know who is the thing and who isn't. And so you can't trust anyone around you. They have to watch your back, and this is a pretty suspenseful and intense movie. This is a great movie. I love this movie. It's definitely understandable to me why this film is a classic. It's a terrific movie, great performances, great atmosphere, and suspense and direction. It's just a terrific movie. But yeah, let's get into the characters. Now the characters, you really don't, when it gets down to it, you don't actually know much about their backstory, and you don't really actually end up knowing all that much about these characters, but the performances were so great, and the dialogue is so great, and just the way the film is made, I guess, you do care about the characters, and you do like them, and you feel like you know them, even though you don't actually end up knowing much about their past. So it's pretty interesting how John Carpenter is able to do that, and how the actors are able to make you, care about them. And yeah, the characters are all really good, and all really likable. Some of them are, of course, meant to be, you like them more than others, and you dislike them more than others. Like, some people are meant to be seen as kind of douchebags, but whatever. And they do their job well. And yeah, the acting, all just spot on in this movie, especially Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell was freaking awesome in this movie. His character was just great. Moving on. Okay, now the pace of this movie. This film is a very well-paced movie. It is slow-paced at times, but it's not boring. This movie has a pretty good pace. It's never boring. At least it wasn't to me. And this film is definitely an exciting film at times. There's some very cool scenes, and I'm sure you guys have seen this movie by now. It's a classic. For a while there, it was just a cult classic, but at this point, it can pretty much just be classified as just a classic horror film. So you probably know about, all the Thing transformations at this point, but in case you haven't seen this movie, I'm not going to spoil them. They're disgusting. Like, freaking gross. Like, I was really cringing, especially the first one. No spoilers, but it was gross. Really, really gross and disgustingly gory. Like, this is a very, very violent movie. Like, really freaking violent. And creatively violent. Like, people say the Saw and Hostel movies are creatively violent. No. John Carpenter's The Thing. That is really creative with the grossness. It's gross. But yeah, all the Thing transformation scenes are great. The special effects are still amazing to this day. They still really hold up very well. Even when it doesn't look realistic, it still looks really cool and really stylized, just really cool. And yeah, so let's see, great acting, good pace. Okay, now I also love the atmosphere to this movie. This film is very creepy. It didn't really scare me per se, though there were a couple parts that were pretty creepy. But yeah, overall, just the movie has this very creepy atmosphere. You get pretty paranoid. It's like, oh crap, who's the thing? Who isn't? And just these slow panning shots around and through hallways. It's a very claustrophobic, and it makes it seem very creepy. Even creepier than it would have been if it was just filmed, or if it was just directed by some other person who didn't know what they were doing. But John Carpenter is a terrific director. He did an amazing job in this movie. Very paranoid, very claustrophobic, creepy. Great atmosphere. Awesome. Did a great job with that. And overall, just this film's special effects, not just the gore effects and the creature effects, the matte paintings, like the opening matte painting in this movie of Earth, it doesn't look fake at all. It looks real. That's an amazing matte painting. It looked truly amazing, even to this day. Every time I see that, I'm like, yep, that's Earth. That's not a matte. That's not a painting. That's the Earth, filmed from space, from a spaceship. It looks like it. It looks pretty incredible. Yeah, the only thing that I can say, and this is just for me, I mean, you guys might not feel this way at all, but the only thing for me that I can say in this movie is just a slight problem with the Thing transformation scenes. Now, without spoiling any of the transformations themselves, or who it is, or, just what happens, there are certain things where the creature, like generally these Thing transformations, they happen within an enclosed room, and with a bunch of other people in it, so it feels, more chaotic and frantic and crowded that way. The Thing doesn't actually do that much. Like, there are a couple parts to where, like, either it'll just stay still, flailing its tentacles around, but not really, like, hurting anyone, or it'll just literally, like, walk around in a room, like, in a circle, allowing itself to be shot with a flamethrower. That's what it seemed like to me at times, anyway. But yeah, still, the Thing of transformation scenes are still pretty awesome. But yeah, overall, I love this film. I think it's great. It's an awesome, very good movie. The ending, without spoiling it, I like the ending. It's pretty bleak, pretty cool, and very creepy, and reminded me of a Twilight Zone Rod Serling ending. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to give this movie an A. And as for the gore rating, now I was fighting hard between a 6 and a 7. I don't know, I mean, as I have definitely seen movies with more blood spilled overall, but really, because this film is just so gross and just makes you cringe while you watch it, I'm going to give this movie a 7. It's a freaking ridiculously violent movie, very gross, pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, the special effects just look amazing. So yeah, I'm giving this movie a 7 in extreme violence. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please rate and comment and subscribe. And if you want to, you can also share. Get out of my face.